Kick it, bro.
I gotta wait for you.
No, I'm on my way. Don't worry about me.
Well, that's all right. We still got, I'm still sitting here with Forrest Whitaker, because we just got back from Dent Schoolhouse, 9-hour drive.
Yeah.
So let's start the show. Love those guys. Yeah. So
you want to say, nah, man, you gotta what is going on, Haunt Nation? We gotta start the motherfucker, right?
We gotta start the motherfucker. They probably got more sleep than we did.
I'm sure they did. Still gotta start the fucking show right. Come on.
True.
We gotta do it right.
All right.
So, I'm Ant.
T.
And we are here for you. So, long fucking drive, right? Yeah. Let's start with the drive. So, we initially planned to hit places on the way out.
Right.
Unfortunately, there was a shitload of fucking traffic.
Right.
And the first place we were going to go, ticket booth was closed before we would have gotten there. So then we decided to go to a place called Ravenwood Manor, Central PA, like three hours away-ish.
Yeah. And out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Now, gorgeous Victorian mansion, like a 3-story gorgeous Victorian mansion. I was kind of excited to see what they would actually do.
Right.
But we pulled up, everything's empty.
I'm talking not a damn soul.
Oh, one soul.
Well, not yet. We didn't see the motherfucker yet.
No,
we didn't see the motherfucker
Maybe
yet.
two. I think he had a buddy in the pickup truck. I think so, but
if he did, it was in the trunk because I didn't see anybody in the passenger seat.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, we got to Ravenwood Manor and they were closed for the weekend. Now we checked
before we left. We checked their website.
We checked
all was good in the hood, man.
Websites for the multiple choices that we had. One being a little bit more money than we wanted to spend for really unknown stuff.
Right.
And we're not cheap by any means.
No, we just want to get what we pay for.
I don't want to pay for a fucking attraction that's not an attraction. It's a fucking midway where I can buy corn dogs and shit.
Right. That's not an attraction.
That's not
you
an
can't
attraction.
charge for that, though. That's not cool.
So, but
unfortunately,
unfortunately, we got to Ravenwood Manor and we found out by talking to the security guard,
right,
that they were closed for the weekend.
Yes,
not just for the night, for the weekend.
They need to do a deep clean.
So, mind you, now it was closed at 11:20 at night. I think they're open till midnight. It was
after 11. It was way after 11. Yeah.
It was like 11:20.
It was like 11:20, 11:30. Like, we know that we wouldn't even get back to the highway before midnight, let alone find anything else that we could do.
So, anyway, yeah, they were closed for a deep clean. Apparently, someone got sick, so they shut the whole attraction down for the weekend to deep clean it, which is
appreciated. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I'm not gonna bitch about that. I'm just not happy that we couldn't get in.
3 strikes were out. Yeah, there was nothing we could do.
So, 3 strikes were out. We just continued on.
Right, and we knew we had at least another 6 hours in the car.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah. So, moving right along. Go right on to Dent Schoolhouse.
Right. So,
because that was really the main reason why we took this trip.
This is the main.
The main reason was for Dent Schoolhouse. I've never been there. Always wanted to go. And
I've been there several times.
Right.
But I did not go last year. Last year is one of the few years in like the last 5 or so that I've actually missed going to Dent Schoolhouse. So, we bought Sunday tickets. I had a feeling Saturday was going to be sold out. Didn't want to wait on all those lines. Bought Sunday tickets. Tickets are... I don't think they were online only, but they were online encouraged. Dent has been selling out.
Yeah.
They've been selling out consistently every weekend. So has Scarehouse in Pittsburgh. So has Netherworld. There are a few that are actually really nice enough to put up on their Instagram page, probably on their Facebook page as well. Sold out.
Right.
And the dates that they're sold out. So, always check. Buy your tickets online, especially now during COVID season. They're limiting ticket sales, most of these places.
Right.
Or pretending to.
Right.
Some of them actually are.
Yeah.
So buy online, that way you're guaranteed. I'd say get there early because the lines are getting fucking astronomically long.
Right. Especially if they attempt any kind of distancing between groups.
So we got there at about 7:20. They open at 7:30. Tickets were not time specific. It was 7:30 to 9:30, so open to close. Which is cool. I mean, you have latitude,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Not that we've seen a fucking soul actually checking ticket times when we've bought specific ticket times.
Right.
The only one that was even close was Brighton asked what time our tickets were for. I don't know that they physically checked anything because they did scan our ticket.
Right.
So I'm sure something may have come up on their little scanner, but nobody really seems to be giving a shit as long as you have a ticket.
Right.
Onwards and upwards. So, you've never been there before. Parking is free.
Yeah.
Right? So parking.
A little bit of a walk.
Parking has changed. Yeah, but it's like, I mean, one city block.
Yeah.
Two city
blocks.
tops.
Yeah. But free, and free is always appreciated.
So Dent is in the middle of like a city.
Yeah.
Like they took a schoolhouse that has businesses on either side and probably something behind as well.
Yeah.
And turned it into a legit haunt. So it's not like a lot of these places where you're going to be
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Right. You're going to be going out to nowhere, to a field, to some farm. You're not going to a warehouse type place. You're legitimately going to a schoolhouse in a city. So there is no parking at their site.
Right.
So a bunch of years ago, they used to use there was a shopping mall
across the
where
street
you could park.
Now they do have upgraded parking right next door.
I don't know that that's theirs. I don't know that that's theirs. There was parking next door at like some auto dealership or whatever
that said upgrade.
Right, VIP upgrade parking, $10, and I appreciated the sign that said, you know, if you pull in, you pay, no drop-offs.
No drop-offs. Yeah,
because I guess they've encountered that.
Right.
But I damned if I was going to pay $10 for parking when I could walk a block.
Yeah,
I'm not crippled.
Right.
I'm not that lazy, frankly.
Right.
As lazy as I am. So yeah, parking is free. That's Aces. It was at the Children's Hospital, about a block and a half away. Not quite the clearest exactly where to park, but there was a security guard on
people
site
guiding you.
that helped. So parked up, walked over to the home. What did you think walking to it?
Well, the facade is beautiful because it really isn't a facade. It's a real fucking brick building. The ambient lighting, the school bus out front, everything is just it's movie quality. It's beautiful.
All right. So yeah, outside there they have a like you said, the facade, school bus, which actually is used to block when you come out of part of the queue line and go to the front door.
Yeah, and then literally the front door is the front door.
Right. You actually literally walk through the front door. The queue line is there. There was hand sanitizer, lots of signs about social distancing.
Somebody actually on the line with like a stick,
a 6-foot stick.
Yeah,
fucking Darth Maul.
Yeah,
no costume. I mean,
no, she had the contacts in though.
She did she?
Yeah. That's why I thought you were calling her Darth Maul because she had the contacts in.
No, I was calling her Darth Maul because she's standing there with the fucking double-bladed lightsaber.
Well, there you go.
Ready to wreck people
ready
to wreck people for not standing 6 feet apart. But yeah, we were even encountered when we first got up. A young lady in a vest asked us
what time our tickets
safety
were for,
vest. What time? Do we have tickets? What time our tickets were for? Were they general? Were they VIP?
Right.
And she was guiding us to where they are. Porta potties outside.
Yep.
They have a photo thing where they take a photo of you for the queue, which actually came out really good, but I didn't feel like buying it.
Yeah.
$10 for a digital, $20 for a physical, $30 for a 3D or something like that. Or then there was a package with all three for $30, I think. But again, I didn't feel like spending money on it.
Yeah.
It's not like we're a couple.
Exactly.
Oh God, this would look so good on the fridge. So, anyhow, and they had some like food type snacks. I think there's an ATM there as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, we queued up. She made sure, no bullshit, that we were
6 feet apart,
6 feet apart, and then told us to stay that distance away. And
not bitchy about it. Just doing her job.
Doing her job.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people
were trying to.
We're being good.
Right.
We're being really good with the social
distancing. The only time that really messed up was good old Charlie, their spokesman.
Oh my God.
Was outside creeping a line, and he was having these people go fucking berserk.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking berserk. Now, granted, he came close to taking the heads off a few times with that friggin' wrench. Like,
so Charlie has a very large
following.
wrench.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A very large wrench, which he is swinging at people. Now, I'm pretty sure the wrench is like a polyfoam.
Yeah. Just in case he ends up clocking
like a polyfoam. It's not a real steel wrench that he's gonna
look like it though.
Somebody.
Like
but
really
well made prop. Nice and painted. But yeah, Charlie was creeping the line. Charlie did have a mask on himself. We got a bad picture with Charlie because unfortunately the lighting in these places is fucking ass.
Yeah.
You know, so unfortunate. But so went through the whole line. It took a while, but not as long as it looked because obviously people weren't on top of each other. Social distancing. Went through. So there's a queue outside, and then there's a video screen which plays videos on loop of safety and things.
And also like when they were on the Travel Channel and you know some of the footage like that.
Just general stuff.
Yeah.
Queue up inside, which you can see a lot of the photos on the Instagram page.
Yeah, it's still all it is really an extension of the queue, but it has so much more scenery.
Right, a lot of stuff,
a lot of props, and you can take selfies in there with a couple of the props and the monsters. So really, really freaking cool idea.
So one thing I will say about this year, and I've noticed it at every haunt that we've gone to. The last time I went, which was 2 years ago, there were 3 or 4 monsters creeping the line, both inside and outside. There were a few inside. There was one outside. The guy in the big suit with the pumpkin, the pumpkin head. I think Charlie was outside. There was some kind of big dude with like a mouth, big belly mouth thing going on, and there were a couple, and all the costumes, mind you,
stellar costuming.
Yeah, incredible. Like screen ready movie quality type costumes. Even the mask for Charlie is actually a mask, but it's like one of those silicone.
Yeah, form fitting
silicone masks. Like you'll see a lot of the clown masks, like the ones from Florida Screams, are similar. You know, so I mean that saves a lot of time with applying prosthetics and all that.
Right.
I don't mind that. I mean, at any distance, they look real. Yeah. Real enough. Yeah. So, but I've noticed that there are a lack of actors, period.
Yeah.
Period. So not even just outside. Like Charlie was outside creeping the line, which we'll get to for him a little later.
Right.
And that was it.
Now, mind you, for those of you who don't know much about the Dent Schoolhouse, Charlie is really their namesake. Like he is their monster. He's like Iron Maiden's Evil Eddie.
He's basically
like their spokesman.
He's basically like Freddy Krueger without being Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, he's not burnt. He's wrinkled. Right. He has a similar look. He's a janitor.
That worked in the basement, in the boiler room.
Right. Yeah. And the kids would harass him
until he just fucking flipped,
and he started kidnapping and killing all the kids. So it's a Freddy Krueger kind of vibe. You know, but not. You know. So a lot of places to take pictures and selfies along, a lot of things to look at to keep you occupied, but the number of actors was definitely
lower,
a lot lower. And that's every haunt we've been to this season. We've noticed that. That said,
but Charlie was in full character 100% of the time. Even when we asked to take a picture with him, he was still in full fucking character.
And then after we took the picture,
he tried to take my head off. Yeah,
he took a swing at him with the wrench.
Shit, yeah, yeah,
that was great. So yeah, I mean, not the actors that are working.
Are right on point.
On point. I'm just noting that there isn't
as many. Yeah,
there aren't as many of them. So we get into the haunt and the spacing. Spacing was great.
Yeah, attempted spacing was beautiful. Like they asked us how many people in your group, and they had a timer.
Right.
And an alarm would go off for the ringleader or whoever, and everybody. Once you got into that facade, or I don't even want to say that facade, but once you got into that part of the queue where it was theatrical,
right?
Everybody was in costume, even the guys just opening and closing the doors.
Yep.
I appreciated that.
They have that old like saloon owner
or ringleader, type of creepy vibe. And they had there was a buzz that would go off when enough time went by for him to allow 2 more people or whatever the next group to go in.
And granted, you're still walking somewhere around 50 feet from that door.
From that queue to the front door of the schoolhouse, yeah.
And when we got to the front door, we waited another 5 or 10 seconds.
Yeah,
so they were giving...
Yeah, I don't know what... We didn't know what was going on, but the one of the security guards at the door was like, wait a minute.
I was like, I'll wait a half hour.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
I'll walk through by myself. So, yeah, so we hit an initial snag, not the haunt's fault when we walked in.
Right.
There was little Kyle and his mom, Karen. We went in the first room and turned left.
And they were booking it the fuck out.
He was trying to get out. Mom's yelling at him, trying to grab
hold on to him. Yeah.
There's another mom and her kid behind them. And now we're stopped. We're at a dead stop because they're in the way. She's trying to catch him. He's trying to
run the fuck out.
He's juking and jiving. He's trying to get the fuck away. And he got away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just looked at her. I'm like, we're going around you. I was like, I'm not standing here for this because what's going to happen is
we're going
to get the next people. Or the next group's going to be on top of us. So we went on. Mm-hmm. That set me off initially, but again, not the haunt's fault.
Right.
That kid just probably shouldn't have been brought there. He didn't make it 30 feet inside.
Right.
We walked through 2 more little sections, and we get to the next room, and there's another mom with her kid, dead stopped there. Part of the same group.
Yeah, part of the same group.
Because that was the group in front of us, and there were like 3 moms and 3 kids.
Right.
Dead stopped in front of us, and I was like, fuck. And they were like, oh, what did they? I was like, they left. Yeah. They left. They booked it out. And I guess they decided to go on.
Keep going, yeah.
But again, we gave them about 10 seconds.
Yeah,
lead
because
time.
we were hearing people coming up behind us. So
right.
It's like
we gave them the 10-second lead time so that we wouldn't be walking through everything with them or walking through things resetting.
Right.
So we gave them the 10-second lead time, and from there on, the haunt experience, for the most part, was fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? Well, let's talk about it. What did you think about the sets and the set pieces?
Their attention to detail is gorgeous. Like, I'm talking, you know how you always like to give Field of Screams props for the attention to detail, even though the experience isn't that great?
Yep.
Well, Dent has both.
Yep.
The attention to detail was second to none. And I even noticed the smell-o-vision.
Right.
Kind of thing. It's a little bit difficult with the tyranny masks on to get the full effect, but even I was like, oh, dude, you smell that. And we were going through certain parts.
That's also one of our favorite points pretty much every year that we go about Brighton. Brighton Asylum also has absolutely gorgeous set pieces.
Yeah.
Like movie quality set pieces where, you don't look at the top and you just keep in focus on the set pieces.
Right.
And
now, but what did Dent have over Brighton in that sense? Again, not Brighton's fault, it's state regulated.
Right.
But what does Dent have is you're inside a fucking school. So you're not going to look up and you're going to see mesh that's taking you out of the whole experience. You look up, you see the top of the fucking...
Or the top of a warehouse or lights coming in through.
You look up, you see the ceiling of the school,
And the first floor kept with the whole schoolhouse theme. It was different than the last time I went a couple years ago. They consistently... And I talked to one of the owners a couple of years ago after the haunt. Nobody knows who we are when we go. No special treatment.
Right.
And, he basically told me they try to change like 20-25% of the haunt every year.
Right.
And they do. Like, there's stuff that's added and stuff that's changed. And, this year it looked like they stuck mainly to the school.
Right. First floor.
The first floor, the schoolroom. So, after that, not to give anything away, like some other haunt reviewers that want to give you a complete play-by-play of...
We use that term loosely, haunt reviewers.
Of every twist and turn and jump scare that they encounter. And then I walked to and then I walked there, and then I did this, and a jump scare came out.
And then the next room, that was the doctor's room. And the doctor scared me pretty good.
And then the dentist.
And then the dentist is in the next room. Motherfucker. I'm going to say this in general.
I set him off on purpose.
Only a fucking dick would give somebody a play-by-play what's going to happen and blow up the surprises in that haunt.
Oh, since we're talking about dicks, not to go off completely on a tangent, but I did notice that 13th Hour in Wharton, someone put up on their Instagram a video
of them walking through the fucking haunt.
Motherfucker. videographers, put your fucking phone down. Enjoy the fucking... When I see people with their phone out, taking pictures and videos, I lose my fucking shit. I will fucking scream at you in the fuccking haunt. Even if you get your fucking camera, your fucking flashlight your phone out, lose my fucking mind. Don't ruin it for You're not the only motherfucker there.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But I digress.
But we digress.
So anyway, stop with the fucking phones. Stop with recording. Enjoy the experience.
And stop with the fucking play-by-play of every single goddamn fucking thing that's going to happen around every corner.
Right. Give a general review. I mean, you know.
And you know what? Not
you
for
could touch
nothing,
on one or two cool things.
But it also sounded like this particular motherfucker got special treatment and got in before everybody else. I can't confirm or deny, but that's how it sounded.
Well, no, that's even more what it looked like, because all the photographs were taken in daylight, during daylight, and there was an interview with one of the owners,
right? And
it looked like that was we didn't watch that, but it looked like that was during the daylight also. Right. So, I mean, if they know you're coming, if they know who you are, they know you're going to be, and he knew people by name and things like that. Yeah. You're going to get a better experience than everyone.
And then people are going to think that I am even more important because I know everybody's name.
So monotone. Yeah. So, yeah, like, go give an honest
fucking review of what everybody else is going to go through.
They are giving an honest review.
No, they're not. Not of what everybody else is going to see.
They're giving an honest review of what they got.
Right, and that's exactly why.
Like, look, when you're fucking Howard Stern and you walk into a fucking restaurant, I'm sure the treatment you're getting is not going to be the same treatment I'm getting.
Right.
You know, because you're a name, you're a person, you're of renown and interest and whatever, and you know, I probably have money to pay for my dinner, but you know, who am I?
Right, exactly.
You know.
Anyhow,
onwards and upwards. So we head down to the basement section after the first floor.
Right.
We're not really giving much away. Yeah, if the haunt ended on the first floor, it'd be the shortest fucking haunt.
Yeah, but guess what? On the Travel Channel, when they talked about the haunt and they showed things of the haunt, they said Charlie is in the basement. And they showed that a lot of people get so scared they don't want to go into the basement. So that's not giving anything away.
Okay.
There's 2 floors, man.
Yeah.
There's an upstairs, and there's a downstairs.
And there's
I'm on the west side. I'm on the east side.
There's actually an upstairs,
but that's
which is blocked, and I believe that's where they do their makeup, their prosthetics, and all that stuff. So that was a sticking point. Well, first when we came down the stairs, and not really a negative, we caught a glimpse of a guy in one of those vests with the cleaning solution.
Yeah.
So we caught a glimpse, and he was like, "The fuck is that? Is that supposed to be there?" And I'm like,
because I touched the railing, so I didn't bust my ass on the way down, and it was slimy.
And I'm like, and I saw the guy, and I'm like, and he's gone. And you could smell the cleaner. So I'm like, no, it's got to be one of these guys doing COVID cleaning, and we just happened upon him. But again, not really a negative.
Didn't evaporate yet.
Right. Not really a negative because
no, not at all.
And the guy fucked off so fast. I don't even know where he went. You know, probably a false wall somewhere that he just in and out.
Right.
So, not really a thing, but that was a sticking point for you when we got down to the basement, right?
Yeah.
That not the cleaning, that Charlie.
Well, that's in general. Let's just say, we'll give overall. Everything was fucking beautiful.
Right.
The actors were great. The costuming was great. The set pieces were fucking phenomenal. But yeah, the only thing that I was a little disappointed about was the basement was supposed to be Charlie's lair. That's their namesake. Right. That's their monster. They created Charlie. Charlie is popular. A lot of people go to the Dent Schoolhouse just for Charlie. And Charlie went in the basement.
Right. Now, we did see Charlie outside, and T did make the point they could have had multiple
Charlies.
But again, like I pointed out early, and it's one of the reasons I pointed it out early, there are less actors. Now, I don't know if this is a monetary thing, or if it's I don't want to come work in a haunt because I don't want to get COVID. And I'm going to be seeing, thousands of people a night, potentially. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get sick. I don't know if it's a money thing, which is also very possible.
Because you're not going to be making as much money.
Because a lot of states are forcing them to clean between X amount of people. Mm-hmm. And now you have to hire people to clean and get the cleaning solution. And that's extra money out of your pocket. And on top of that, you're also limited to how many people are going to be able to go through your haunt because
How
they're
many tickets
limiting
you
ticket
could sell,
sales
yeah.
because of capacity issues. So I'm going to chalk this whole thing up because I've seen it everywhere. We've seen it everywhere this
Right.
season. That I'm guessing, you know, everywhere is going to have a more limited number of actors.
Right.
Good thing about Dent is there is a perfect mix of actors and animatronics and static, and like we said, everything is movie set beautiful. The costumes are movie quality costumes,
and all the way through, like you really don't see anybody like one guy pop out in a hoodie with grease paint or something. Like no, everybody has
and as
a character.
And another thing we discussed was that even as you're transitioning between themes, nothing seems jarring. Nothing seems out of place. They kind of blend, even when they shouldn't blend. You know, going from a creepy sewer type thing to a clown area doesn't make much sense, but it blended.
But it works, yeah.
It works, and it blended. And there was nothing where you're in this place and now you're in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a clown place and now I'm in Jurassic Park. Oh, and there are the hillbillies.
Right, yeah.
You know?
And that's another
No
selling point.
hillbillies.
No hillbillies at the Dent Schoolhouse.
I don't think we saw a chainsaw.
No. So all the cliches are gone.
Yep. So
pretty goddamn original.
So yeah, I mean, really, really, really well done. Now, I had a slight disappointment in that, you know, well, even let me comment also that everyone was wearing a mask of some sort, whether it was a prosthetic mask with probably a mask underneath that we couldn't see,
right,
or they were wearing a mask over their face, but
yeah.
the mask on their face was actually really so well painted that it made sense with their costume and looked like part of their costume.
True.
So the only time I found the mask a little jarring was their main clown guy.
Yeah, because that is a beautiful freaking costume.
Right, and his costume was great. His makeup was great. He was interactive. He talked with us.
Right.
But if you see the pictures, he's got these really awesome monster teeth. These really awesome sharp monster teeth, and you can't see them
with the fucking
because he's got the tyranny.
Right. So. The Mask of Tyranny. It sounds like something you got to find in Skyrim. You know.
Do I keep it or do I give it to complete the quest? So, yeah, that, and like I said, just a lack of actors. Like the pumpkin guy was not there. He wasn't in his area. We walked through his area.
And like the evil nun, you said.
I've never seen her. Like the school marm, never seen her. They had billboards of her standees and all that. I've never encountered her in this haunt at all. I don't know. But whatever. I mean, look, people need a day off. People get sick. People get tired, what have you. They have other obligations. So, I mean, we are dealing with actors and human beings.
Right.
So,
all in all,
fantastic. The only other gripe I had was that after you're done with the main haunt, they have like a slaughterhouse kind of thing set up in the back, which is a wooden open air structure that you walk through with different props and people and whatever in it. And that was completely closed down.
Yeah, but that was government mandated, though. That was
I was looking forward to that as just, you know, because the schoolhouse is a long haunt, but it is one house.
Right.
And it is not warehouse size like a Brighton Asylum or the way Old Bain used to be.
Right.
We haven't been to New Bain, so no comment. So it is a decent, really good size haunt. Like, the basement area goes on a lot longer
than the upstairs.
Think it has any business.
We got to the basement stairs a lot quicker than I thought we would.
Yeah. So, and then the basement goes on a lot longer than you really would ever think.
Yeah.
Especially
you're just going from one thing to one thing to one
if you're in the upstairs, and then you go downstairs.
You're like, shit, this is going on forever. Yeah.
Right, and you're like, wow, the upstairs is kind of short. This is going on.
Yeah.
So that was upsetting for me. Ticket prices are the same, although that was for years it was never there. Then they added it, and then they've expanded it and expanded it. So I just consider it like an add-on thing.
But again, you can't really fault them for wanting to keep the lights on during COVID.
Yeah, we asked, what's the deal? Why is it closed? And they were government mandated to keep it shut because they couldn't have, because the line for the main haunt took up so much room.
Yeah. Well, and that's
because
another
of
thing.
the
By
social
the time
distancing.
we came out, the line that we were in was wrapped all the way to
Right.
front.
The full queue. We got there. It was about a half a queue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a third to a half a queue. The full queue was done, and down
around
the whole around the back. It got long.
Yeah.
So, petty little
things
issues
that really weren't their fault.
No.
Yeah.
Petty little issues that really weren't their fault. We did give you the parking lot review.
Mm-hmm.
You said out of 10.
I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10.
Solid 9. I'm giving it the same that I gave Brighton. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Nothing was really their fault. Nothing was wrong, but I don't feel that I can rate it higher.
Because then there's no place to go.
Well, and I don't feel I can rate it higher than Brighton. I mean, I think they have an edge on. The fuck is it? Who knows? They have an edge on costuming.
Yes, they do.
Costuming, definitely the edge. I think they're both pretty much on par with sets.
Mm-hmm.
They're fairly equal. I
Actors
do say
into it.
Yeah, actors. Costuming's a little bit better at Dent.
Yeah.
Costuming, masks, that kind of thing. I mean, they really
they go all out.
Then they must make their own costumes. So, just fantastic. They must have a designer designing. The only thing I'd give it also over Brighton is Brighton. You can not, we don't, but I've seen people get turned around in Brighton, and
there's definitely a clear path.
Right, there's a clear, you can't make a wrong turn.
Yeah.
You can't go into an area that's actors only or through an exit door unknowingly,
right,
where you're not supposed to. So
except just turning around and booking the fuck out like the kid did as soon as we got in.
Well, Brighton was a lot longer.
Yeah, we'll get to that right after this.
So Dent for me 9.5. For T, it's
solid
a 9. Definitely worth your time. Every year consistent. Fucking fantastic haunt.
Yep. And especially, I had high expectations because of everything you've said about it, and that didn't throw anything off for me. And I was really expecting this because of how much you talked it up.
I did get a little worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't have talked this place up as much as I did.
Right, but no, it was because I also have in my mind that you got to give a little bit of leniency for the COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. It's changing everything this season. Hopefully, this will be the last season that everything's fucked up. But anyway,
yeah.
Till the next video.